Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
Here! Behind you! There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last possible moment.
Accio!
Now, think of this like... Very good! That's it! Splendid! Happens to the best of us. Very good. Points to Hufflepuff. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Phew.
Excellent.
Be sharp. There we go.
Don't lose your composure.
Let us see this. Brilliant!
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Watch this. Phew. I know everyone is watching, but try not to be nervous. You are doing quite well.
Not to worry.
Lisa. There we go.
Very good.
Here we go. Yes! Oh, that was an execution.
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Ouagadougou just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans, if you're so inclined.
Well, you'd be using it on clothing, to be precise, Sebastian. You know it won't work on humans.
A word, if you would.
Professor Ronan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that. Cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Revelio. Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you? Hello. You wanted to speak to me.
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
I'll be read through questions about how to improve brooms.
Most of the stuff he does that one.
Off on another adventure, are we?
And now the Rose is on her way to becoming the fastest flyer in Hogwarts history.
I suppose I'd be curious about a beautification potion. What? Not for me, Moon Mine. For a friend of mine. Don't be stupid.
Do you happen to have any Valerian sprigs? I really wanted to have a go to get them. Only, I can't remember where I put mine.
I find if I try to look attentive at the potion and seem to keep sharp off my back, it works quite well unless he asks me a question. It's not really a good plan at all. Overall, I probably wouldn't recommend it.
Thomas Brown knows more about books than anyone. Well, perhaps not Madame Scribner, but anyone else, I'd say.
Revelio.
Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory over Sallow. He never backs down from a fight.
Lumos.
Nice to see you, my young friend.
Revelio. Revelio.
He said I had a complexion like a hippocampus egg. Fancy saying that? I think it's because I don't sleep well.
Revelio.
Don't mind having her mother as a teacher at all. I'd hide in my common room if it were me. My sister's always...
You should be more careful! Oh!
Revelio.
I only think it's hard that the teacher doesn't end up having
Lumos. Revelio.
Oh dear, do mind the tiles. Some of them can be most potent.
Revelio.
Watch yourself. Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
Every Christmas. Can barely fit into my school rooms when it's time to come back. My family loves going to the Quidditch World Cup. Father was on the farm. My father wrote for me.
Revelio. Lumos.
My brother just started a hobby.
I keep things clean as a whistle, but oh, what's that foul stench? Oh, what is that portrait doing? Oh, the humiliation. Oh, not someone else trying to pass through. I'd be careful if I were you.
Revelio.
A 142 staircases, and this is where they put me. Oh, my exams. Not a one of them deserves more than a tea.
Revelio.
Not sure he's in at the present moment, the headmaster. Would be sure to tell him how very much you despise him. Bit of snot on your nose. Thought you'd want to know. In trouble, are we? Been up to no good.
Why are we only learning all the boring potions? When are we learning all?
Might as well be surrounded by Jarvies.
Lumos. Revelio. Lumos.
Most Slytherins would prefer not to be in a dungeon, myself. But it's always so noisy in the community.
Revelio.
What are you up to now?
My little
Revelio. Revelio.
Time in potions the other day.
Revelio.
All over the pages of my book of potions. The margins were
In my blood, my mother says.
Revelio. You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Someone was sat by the fire in our common room the other day with steam coming out of their ears.
It's my favourite place in the entire school. If I didn't have that fireplace to sit next to, I think I should be terrible.
I still
Revelio. Revelio.
The transfiguration makes potion seem easy.
I spent hours trying to conjure a meeting.
Madam Scrivener doesn't tolerate any nonsense, so I find the library is the best place for concentration.
I'd actually enjoy herbology, but Professor... So interesting.
There was something else too. A dash of powder vaccine, I think.
If we were simply taught Anthony, I truly think that would be enough to get us through life.
Revelio. Revelio.
Whee!
Oh, not again!
Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as for only 1 time per week, I can plunge the boy's lavatory, not for the meek.
These peas will make me late.
He tried to stop me, did rancorous carp, sought to trap me, confine me inside of a jar. But he failed, as did his containment charms, so I took my revenge to wreak havoc and harm. It was granted my privileges be handsome indeed, or I'd fire up the cannon, and so she agreed. To draw up a contract with her, not with him, that if I behaved, I'd have 1 weekly swim! Whee!
I'll get you for this.
Revelio. Revelio.